Why is Nvidia's CEO back in China? Just months after the US banned his most powerful AI chips from the country. What secret deals could Jensen Huang be making behind closed doors in Beijing? And why are American senators so worried? Could this single visit decide the future of Nvidia's $4 trillion AI empire? Wherever you live, if you want real stories about tech power, chip wars, and AI dominance, hit subscribe right now and keep watching till the end. On July 16th, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang will hold a high-profile media briefing in Beijing. This is his second visit to China in just 3 months, a clear sign of how critical the Chinese market still is for Nvidia. Last year, the US government imposed strict bans to stop Nvidia's most advanced AI chips from landing in China, fearing they could help military or intelligence applications. This year, the ban tightened even more. Nvidia's H20, its last big AI chip cleared for China, is now also blocked. So why does China still crave Nvidia chips so badly? The answer is CUDA, Nvidia's secret sauce. CUDA is Nvidia's AI software ecosystem. Once you build your AI models with CUDA, switching to a different chip brand isn't easy. That's why, despite all the bans, Chinese companies, from tech giants like Alibaba to up-and-coming AI labs, still fight to get Nvidia chips, legally or otherwise. Last year alone, China made up $17 billion of Nvidia's revenue. That's 13% of the company's total global sales. But Washington is watching every move. Just days before Huang's Beijing trip, a bipartisan pair of US senators sent him a direct warning. Don't meet with Chinese military or intelligence-linked companies. They also demanded that Huang avoid any meetings with groups on America's restricted export list. But in reality, it's not that simple. In China's massive AI industry, military, state-owned, and private tech often overlap. So, can Huang really avoid every possible risky handshake? Or is this just Washington's way of showing it's serious? Meanwhile, Nvidia faces an aggressive local rival, Huawei. Since the bans, Huawei has doubled down on designing homegrown GPUs and AI chips. Reports say Huawei is trying to copy Nvidia's secret playbook, building general-purpose AI chips, and even ways to run CUDA code on Huawei hardware. If Huawei cracks the software barrier, it could wipe out Nvidia's last competitive edge in China. That's why Jensen Huang's trip might also be about protecting partnerships and convincing Chinese tech leaders to stick with CUDA, not switch to Huawei alternatives. Nvidia's market cap crossed $4 trillion last week, mostly thanks to AI chip demand. But if China's market dries up, that number could shrink fast. A huge chunk of Nvidia's future depends on whether Chinese companies keep buying or switch to local players like Huawei or black market workarounds. Huang knows this. That's why he's making personal trips, even when US politicians don't like it. Some say he's quietly negotiating middle ground deals, maybe pushing older chip sales, lobbying for licenses, or helping Chinese clients find legal ways to stay on Nvidia's ecosystem. So what happens after this Beijing visit? If Huang plays it smart, Nvidia might keep raking in billions from China, without breaking US export rules. But if Washington tightens the screws further, or if Huawei's alternatives get good enough, Nvidia could lose its biggest foreign cash cow overnight. For investors and tech watchers, this is the front line of the new AI chip war, a high-stakes balancing act between global profits and political pressure. So, will Jensen Huang's Beijing briefing save Nvidia's China game, or is this just delaying the inevitable? A full break between US chip giants and China's hungry AI builders. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Could Nvidia survive losing China's market? And if you want more deep dives on how tech and politics collide, subscribe right now. Stay tuned. The next story could be even bigger.